So when you hear the word love, especially around holidays, what usually comes to mind for most people? We often think romance, maybe those really strong family bonds or close friendships. It feels like this beautiful, maybe intense emotion that just kind of happens to us. But what if love isn't just that feeling that washes over you? What if it's something more deliberate, maybe an
Right.
empowering force?
Yeah, that's a great starting point because, well, what's fascinating in our sources is this biblical idea of agape. It presents a really different, far more profound definition. It's not just some fleeting emotion, not at all. Agape is shown as a conscious choice. It's intentional action, a very deliberate way you decide to treat
A
others.
conscious choice.
Exactly. Think about it. It's described as a love so deep it can even reach people you don't naturally, well, like,
Mm.
or even, people considered adversaries. It's not about being naive or anything. It's a persistent act, always seeking their ultimate good.
Okay, hold on. So you're saying agape isn't about liking someone necessarily, but about acting for their well-being, regardless of how you feel personally. Wow, that really flips conventional wisdom on its head. How do our sources explain how that's even possible? Especially when, let's be honest, it feels so unnatural
Well,
sometimes.
that's where the divine origin piece is absolutely key. The foundational truth, right, from the material is that God is love from 1 John 4:8. And that's not just, a nice poetic statement. It means love isn't just something God has, it's his very essence,
His
nature.
nature.
And this makes agape inherently divine. It's unconditional, it's selfless. That provides this stable, unwavering foundation, you see.
Hmm.
A love that doesn't just shift with circumstances or personal feelings.
Okay, right. Let's really dig into this thing. Our mission in this deep dive today is to try and redefine love for you, our listener. Explore what agape truly means and how understanding it might empower us. We're drawing insights directly from our sources here. So, if agape is this deliberate, powerful choice, how does actually embracing that empower us day to day? Like, specifically when it comes to really vital things, maybe navigating tough relationships or the incredibly hard act of
Oh,
forgiveness.
it absolutely transforms them. It has to. Our sources, they show agape redefining forgiveness, for instance. It's not presented as just, excusing bad behavior or pretending the pain isn't there. It's framed as a deliberate, often persistent act of releasing your right, your demand for retribution.
Releasing the demand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Choosing to act for the ultimate good of the other person, even if those feelings of anger or hurt might, well, still linger. It shifts us, you see, from being reactively controlled by our emotions to proactively choosing something like compassion or
Right.
resolution. And this connects back to why it feels unnatural. Our sources talk about fallen human nature.
Right. That tendency towards self interest, the brokenness.
Exactly. It's common to all of us,
Hmm.
according to the material. So agape isn't our default setting.
So it's not something we can just grit our teeth and muscle through on our own steam. It sounds like it needs a different kind of strength
Mhm.
or enablement. And yet, you also mentioned it's about practice. How do those fit together? The divine gift idea and the disciplined effort.
That's a really crucial point. Both seem essential in the sources. It is presented as a divine gift,
Sure.
specifically poured out into our hearts through the Holy Spirit.
Hmm.
Think of it like a kind of spiritual empowerment, something enabling us to love in ways we just couldn't manage otherwise.
Okay.
But at the same time, it's also something cultivated through discipline, through persistent practice,
Mm.
like building a muscle, right?
Mm.
It grows stronger with intentional exercise. It really is shown as an act of the will.
Mm.
It requires that intentional effort, choosing good, sacrificing, serving, even when it's inconvenient or, frankly, painful.
Wow. This deep dive has really reframed what love can mean. We've journeyed quite a bit beyond just those superficial ideas towards agape, seeing it not just as a feeling, but as this comprehensive, active lifestyle, something impacting relationships, forgiveness, faith, hope.
And if we connect it to the bigger picture, agape is presented as this divine gift that allows us really to move beyond our natural limitations. It transforms how we interact, not just with people close to us, but potentially with the whole world.
Right. And here's where it gets really interesting for you listening in. Living a life that's characterized by agape. Well, it isn't just some feel-good notion, according to these sources. They present it as the definitive mark of a truly transformed life, a powerful, maybe even countercultural force for positive change in a world that, let's face it, desperately needs it.
A countercultural force.
Yeah. So as you go about your week, maybe consider this. What's just one intentional, selfless action you could take? Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, something small even, to embody this agape love. Because this isn't just an abstract idea we discuss, it's framed as a continuous journey. one that reflects the very nature of what our sources call God, and maybe helps bring a different kind of reality, his kingdom they call it, to bear right here on earth.